Hi guys, happy Valentine's Day. So today we're going to talk about improving our relationships or creating healthy, positive relationships. Also, we're going to talk about self-reflection and reflecting how we may come across in relationships and how we can improve relationships. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, just so you can know where I'm coming from. I have been married for 21 years. My marriage has not always been perfect. And yes, I know that's hard to believe since I am a marriage and family therapist. However, all relationships, no matter if you are a clinician or not, or how long you've been married, how long you've known your spouse, your partner, all relationships are going to have peaks and valleys. Today, when we talk about relationships, we're not just talking about those intimate relationships with our partner or our spouse. We're talking about healthy relationships with everyone. Those relationships with our children, our coworkers, colleagues, our parents, our family members, our friends. All of us deserve positive and healthy relationships. Now today, you're going to see me maybe look down. I have taken some notes because this is a lot of information and I want to make sure that we cover everything. I've grown to realize I must ask myself, do my words build up and encourage or tear down? Am I my partner's greatest cheerleader or am I their foe? This doesn't mean I always talk about rainbows and butterflies. I try to be positive, but all of us have negative days or negative moments. But it does mean if I have something to say or share that may be difficult for my partner or for others to hear, I'm going to try to use constructive criticism. So a technique that I use and I talk to my clients about is called a compliment sandwich. You start with a positive, then you get to the meat of the matter. That's where you may have to share some information that may be difficult for that other person to hear. Maybe more constructive feedback. Now, even with our constructive feedback, we need to make sure that we're using those I statements. I feel this way, not you make me feel that way. When we start a sentence with you, a lot of times those individuals in our life automatically get defensive. Oh no, what did I do? But when we start with I feel, then it takes it back away from that person and puts it on us. Then I end with a positive. So in the compliment sandwich, we're sharing two positives and one negative, or the constructive feedback, the constructive criticism. I want to make sure that my words, even if they're difficult to hear, help heal, help restore, help encourage, help empower. I want to choose words that encourage, that impart grace, respect, again, that build up. We need to be our partners, our friends, our parents, our siblings, our children. We need to be their greatest cheerleader. We need to build them up, encourage, respect, show love. We want to tell them what amazing individuals they are, not tear them down, not create self-doubt, not decrease their self-confidence or their self-esteem. This entails being aware not only of our needs, but the needs of others. And sometimes, truthfully, we only think about our needs. We think, what have you done for me? Instead of thinking, what can I do for you? How can I make today easier for you? How can I make today better for you? How can I serve you today? In a positive, healthy manner. Again, it's about encouragement, empowerment, showing respect, providing grace. So I'm going to provide 3 descriptions. And I think all of us, if we're honest with ourselves, we can find ourselves in one of these descriptions at different times. Now I am going to use the female pronoun because I am a female. And in these descriptions, it's not just descriptions defining relationships with our partner, those intimate relationships, but just relationships across the board. Again, with our children, family members, colleagues, co-workers. Are you the complainer? Beth's husband always takes her to the nicest restaurants. I don't have anyone to do that for me. Are you the nagger? I asked you to help me last week and you haven't done anything. Are you the angry individual? Why do we always have to do what you want to do? You never listen to me. It's always about you. So stop, friend, and ask yourself, are you the complainer? Are you the nagger? Are you angry? And how are you being portrayed in those intimate relationships, in those interpersonal relationships? Are you creating a safe environment for your loved one to talk to you, to grow in your relationships, to process and externalize their feelings and emotions? Are you creating that safety? Are you creating that vulnerability? Are you building up walls? Are you tearing down those individuals? It's crucial to maintain a positive and loving attitude and to choose our words very, very carefully. Again, it's about building up, not about tearing down. This takes a lot of thought and energy, and it doesn't come easy. In today's world, we're taught it's all about us. And yes, we are important. We do matter. But so do our loved ones, so do our colleagues, so do our co-workers, so do our children. Again, what are we doing today to build those individuals up, to improve our relationships, to go from having an okay relationship to a great relationship? So friend, I want you to think about these things. I really want you to take time to self-reflect, to think, how can I improve my relationships? Because having positive and healthy relationships foster and cultivate our growth. It encourages us, it empowers us. One of the things I talk to couples about when I meet with them and clients in general, when they're feeling frustrated and upset and aggravated, changing or reframing those thought patterns from I've got to I get to. So for example, instead of saying I've got to love my husband, say I get to love my husband. I've got to take care of my child. I get to take care of my child. I've got to do this exercise or assignment at work. I get to have a job. I get to work with colleagues and co-workers that I enjoy being around. So again, instead of I got to, I get to. Try, if you have met one of these descriptions, try to reframe that. Try to really create self-reflection and say, okay, there's some improvements I need to make. I need to use those I statements. Use some of these tools and techniques we've talked about today. So let's go over those tools and techniques again. Using the compliment sandwich, starting with a positive, then you're getting to the constructive feedback. Next, you're ending with a positive. Use those I statements. Find out from those individuals that you have relationships with, how can I make your life better? What can I do today to help you? Try to practice having a positive attitude, being grateful, being thankful, but telling those people in your life how grateful you are that they are a part of your life, how thankful you are for them. Choose your words very wisely. Again, we're building up, we're encouraging, we're empowering, we're providing grace. We're not tearing down. Try not to use those you statements, but use those I statements. I feel a certain way. Try not to be the complainer or the nagger or to be angry, but try to be positive. Try to foster healthy and positive relationships. So during Valentine's Day, we want to show love. We want to tell those people in our life that we love them and we honor them and we respect them. And that's wonderful. But instead of it just being one day a year, that we share, that love that we have for others. Let's do it 365 days a year. Let's show love and respect and grace all year, not just one day. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks so much for taking time to share with me today. And happy Valentine's Day. Bye, friend.